I'm Jim Creek, the current owner of Bank Books Bookstore. In 2013, my wife wanted to open an antique shop. And a mutual friend knew Patty Rice, the previous owner, and she said she was getting ready to sell the bookstore. So this mutual friend told us, and Diane and I looked at the bookstore, and we decided to go ahead and buy it. And Patty Rice offered us a deal we couldn't refuse. She wanted us to take all the books with the building. So we opened a bookstore, and here it is in 2020, and we still have a bookstore. I was in construction for 50 years, and worked all over the world, primarily United States, East Coast, West Coast, and in between. But I did have the opportunity to go to Mongolia, and that's where I was in Mongolia when Diane actually bought the building, and she was concerned about what to do with it, so we just decided to hold it until I got back. And we had several people helping us clean it. Needed cleaning and reorganizing. So, and Diane was a very smart lady. She had ideas all the time, never stopped thinking. So she knew how she wanted the bookstore to be, and we worked diligently to make it happen. We had a young couple. When I was going to Mongolia, Diane had vision problems, so she could have driven, but didn't feel safe enough to drive. So we hired a driver for her. And I was in Mongolia for 6.5 months. And when I got back, we hired that young couple to work for us in the bookstore. And cleaned and organized and alphabetized. And I think Diane had a very good theory, and it's come to fruition. So we both enjoy working at the bookstore. And my favorite thing about owning a bookstore is also the worst thing about owning a bookstore. If you're a book lover and a reader, because you always find books that you didn't know existed. And my library at home looks like this room, but in front of the shelves there's piles like this with my to be read pile. But I'm a voracious reader, and I just read all the time, every day, not all day, and if I live long enough to go through that pile of books, and the people I have, Ashley for one and Rebecca for the other, find books and say, oh, you might like this. Oh, we might like that. You might enjoy looking at this, and there's always something I can find interesting. So, and I do. It's amazing. And there are some books that you try it and put it down like any book, but it's great owning a bookstore. It's great, and I was not a people person. Ashley may think I'm still not, but I do enjoy talking with people about books or helping them find the books they want. Or some of our customers come in with a partial title and part of the author's name and say, can you find this book? And quite often we can. One other interesting aspect is we sell books on eBay and we sell books on Etsy. And it's mostly the books that need a different or more wide audience than I can give them in this bookstore. We sell not a huge amount, but a goodly amount, consistent amount on eBay, and some on Etsy. Some of the finer, older books we sell on Etsy. And a lot of people want, is this a used bookstore? Yes, it's primarily a used bookstore. Some new books, mostly used books. And we try to keep the pricing down, very fair pricing. We have people call and want to know what we specialize in. We specialize in books, no particular genre and no particular age of books, but we have a We have a good section on, for instance, mystery. This room is all mystery. And we have a large selection of romance books. And we have cooking section, children's sections, classics, gardening, art, crafts, and history. A lot of history, some sports, some western, some railroad. So it's interesting. It's the good thing is you always find more books about more subjects. You can never. It's not static. And one of the interesting things when we first decided to open a bookstore, some of our friends and customers said, "Oh, you're going to go broke. Nobody reads anymore." And that turned out to be quite untrue. And people have readers. People read on computers. People read on laptops or whatever. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So they don't use them. They come in and get paper books. So, and I am a paper book person. I don't particularly like to read on the screen, but I did for a long time, but not for pleasure. I did for work, but not for pleasure. If any of you are interested, we would greatly appreciate you visiting the store, even if you just want to talk about books or look at books or talk to book people. That's part of the things we enjoy doing. We have a wide variety of customers. It's very interesting that so many book lovers can be, they're as varied as the books they read. So it's quite an interesting business. I never anticipated in my life being in retail of any kind. I like being in construction and telling people what to do and when to do it and how to do it. And that was it. But I changed when I came here. My wife saw to that. And it's very enjoyable and rewarding. And I hope to see everybody here sometime soon.